I have been working since like 11 o'clock this morning, and I'm just now stopping to film my vlog. So I'm a little over caffeinated and a little under intelligent. That's not even really a word, but it is now.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Hey guys, it's Scott. It's Saturday, and we're talking to you about structure this week. I really love talking about structure. I love the concept behind this week. And I think Victoria had probably the best visual representation for what structure is really kind of like. It's like where you set your story. It's how long you set your story for. It's all the things that give your story kind of like a frame. And I think that's really fascinating to think about. Because honestly, like, City Bones wouldn't have been the same if it wasn't in New York City. It would have been a completely different book. White Cat wouldn't have been the same if it wasn't framed in this world of con men and magic. It's really kind of interesting because those frameworks give you something to kind of grow your plot in. It's kind of like a rose trellis thing where you get the flowers to go up the trellis and then it grows up and it has like a form, and very strange comparisons. Structure is things that you do to make a choice in your book. Like, you choose to tell a certain type of story. And I know some of the rebels have said, like, I don't think about any of this stuff. But everybody does to an extent. You think about where your scenes are going. You think about where you need to cut for pacing. You think about all kinds of things that are going to make your story grow in the proper direction. That's what structure helps with. And I always think a lot about like what the time frame of the book is going to be, like what season the book's going to take place and where the book takes place. I think about all these things as I'm kind of putting the plot together, and I think it works because I know in and out where all my books are going. I don't ever struggle like I don't know how to finish this book. It's always a matter of I might have stumbling blocks, but I never get to a point where I'm like, oh my god, I can't do this. So yeah, I think structure is always something that it helps to think about, just because where you set your book is very crucial. I'm a huge proponent for making a setting that's as in-depth as possible. I think narrative structure is really interesting too, because if you go back into like classical books, things we read in like high school and everything, a lot of those have very defined narrative structures. There are certain things in place that authors do that I don't have a point for that. I just thought it was neat. I don't know. And it makes me sound smart. That's why I said it. That's really the only reason I said it. And I will see you guys next week. Bye. Yar. So yeah, and there's a little Easter egg in the video. Something fun that I got to do this week. So we got to, yeah.